Welcome back. This video and workbook gives you an overview of preferred contractor programs in use at many insurance companies. These programs go by a variety of names, but for purposes of this video, we'll simply refer to them as preferred contractor programs. Insurance companies enter into agreements with contractors, content replacement companies, water extraction companies, and the like in an effort to improve service and manage costs. While I am all for the need to improve your experience when making your claim, and believe me, your experience could stand some improvement, cost control is another matter. When cost containment is instituted in such a way that it reduces the amount of damage, it can be a positive experience for both insured and insurer alike. For instance, the insured who comes home to find their house filled with water because of a pipe break benefits when they call the insurance company, who in turn calls a water extraction company to come out and extract the water. Instead of being forced to clean up the mess, and in all likelihood doing it incorrectly, the insured lets the water extraction professionals clean up the standing water and then extract the residual water from behind the walls, under the floors, etc. While the environment is not particularly pleasant from the standpoint of the noise of fans and dehumidifiers, it is far better than a moldy house, and the amount of property that is damaged is also lessened. The insurance company also benefits by virtue of a reduced claim payout. This is an example of a win-win solution put together by the insurance company. However, when cost containment becomes cost control, watch out. Cost containment becomes cost control when the insurance company calls out their quote-unquote preferred contractor to give a quote-unquote competitive bid. This usually occurs in the absence of an agreed-upon scope of damage and agreed-upon material selection. The contractor is used to control the scope of damage and the pricing associated with that scope, the intent being to undercut otherwise legitimate independent contractors. It benefits the insurance company at the expense of the insured. Now, this occurs because you haven't agreed upon a scope of work and a selection of the materials with the adjuster. In effect, what the insurance company is seeking is validation of their scope over yours. Now, it's been my experience that oftentimes, when providing a competitive bid, the preferred contractor has an unfair advantage over both the insured and their contractor of choice. This is because the preferred contractor is given access to the other contractor's bid and knows what it takes to come in at a lower price. I believe this type of competitive bidding is unethical. Keep in mind that the insurance company rarely tells you that they want a competitive bid or that they want to validate their scope of work. What they say is that they want to have a contractor come out and inspect the loss. You mistakenly agree, thinking the contractor is there to determine what needs to be done and will be helpful to your case. Maybe yes, maybe no. If you find yourself in this situation, understand that it's appropriate to resolve scope and material issues before pricing issues. Another problem with preferred contractor programs is the apparent conflict of interest such a program creates. A contractor who receives referrals from the insurance company is going to be loyal to the insurance company, yet you are the one hiring them. What happens when you get into a dispute with the insurance company over price or scope? A contractor who offers to mediate such a dispute is quite frankly far from being an impartial party. Understand, none of these comments are meant to imply that preferred contractors cannot or do not perform quality work. They can and do perform outstanding work. My goal was simply to point out that the relationship is not as clean as the insurance company would have you believe. My advice is to be careful before entering into a repair agreement with a preferred contractor. Don't use a contractor just because they're a preferred contractor. On the other hand, don't exclude a contractor just because they're a preferred contractor either. Bring other criteria than the contractor's relationship with the insurance company into your decision making. If you're thinking of using the insurance company's preferred contractor to do repairs, my recommendation is that you bring in outside independent expertise to assist you in determining the appropriate scope of damages first. The scope of work and the selection of the materials associated with that scope are far more important than the price of the repairs. After you have agreed upon the scope and materials with the insurance adjuster, collect competitive bids based upon that scope and material. Keep the bidding process clean by not disclosing the pricing of one contractor to another. This way, the contractor is free to perform the work required rather than negotiating the scope of work. Well, that's it for preferred contractors. I hope you found this information helpful. Be sure to download your free workbook on this topic for more information. This is Benefit Bill, bringing you information that you can use and reminding you that you too can take charge of your claim for greater gain. Have a great day.